Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, if you are catching the replay, and welcome to my Closing the Door in 2024 webinar. Very, very excited to have such a beautiful big tribe of women joining this space this morning. This is one of my favorite webinars. I've been running it for the last 2 years. Of course, it will always change based on the energy we're in, but I just find it such a powerful time, such a powerful opportunity for us as humans to be able to reflect on our journey and to prepare ourselves for a new year. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you new to my world, I am Amanda Harris, the psychic mentor, healer, therapist, and transformational expert. If you have been referred on to me, or this is the first time in my space, welcome and thank you for allowing me to hold space for you. For all of those beautiful women who have been in my space previously, or the originals that have been here for a really long time, thank you for continuing to allow me to hold space for you. I love what I do. It is my purpose. I absolutely thrive and find so much joy in supporting others in thriving and finding so much fucking joy. For those of you new to my space, I do swear, I share openly. There's nothing hidden, there's nothing held back. What you see is what you get. And I love to have the same with you guys. I think that if you can lead with such an open level of authenticity, it gives people permission to do the same. And that is my goal in all of my spaces, is for you all to be able to be, all of you, for you to let go of shame, to let go of anything that may be stopping or blocking you from stepping into the highest version of you, and to really fucking enjoying this journey, to enjoy the journey. That is why we are here. There's lots for you to, if this is a first experience with me, there's lots of ways that you can continue to work with me. Throughout the webinar, I will mention a couple of things, but you can always jump on my website, and please feel free to jump into my messages. Those of you watching the recording wouldn't have heard this, but I will share again. You are welcome on the live here. You're welcome to type into the chat box and communicate throughout the webinar. If you are watching the recording, you're welcome to share your experience with me privately via message. And that also goes for you guys on the live. If you would prefer to share your experience or to share what's come up, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me privately. So that's a little bit about me. You may notice that I'm in not a traditional office at the moment. I am traveling Australia in a caravan with my family, 3 children, my husband and I. So this is my office at the moment, and will be for the next year or so. So it's a very exciting time, and if you are new, you can follow along that journey on my pages as well. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown on how this webinar will work. We are doing this, we are gathering here today to bring more honor to your journey. It is to close the door with intention. It is to be acutely aware of where you are, of where you've been, so that you can have deep clarity with where you're fucking going, right? As humans, we have this such underrated but incredible ability to reflect. And when we reflect on where we've been, we can more powerfully choose and plan where we're going, right? It allows us to have full awareness. It allows us to see the whole picture. It allows us to identify what's working, what's not. And it is such a potent way to support yourself in shifting into a new chapter, in moving into a new era, into a new space. For those of you in my Moons and I membership, some of what we do today, you'll be familiar with it, right? Self-inquiry work, where you're going within and you are questioning and you are seeking and you are searching and you are looking for a certain thing. And I will guide you in this. For those of you new to that practice, I ask for you to be honest with yourself, to honor yourself, to allow what wants to be seen to be seen. Because we cannot change what we cannot see, right? We want to allow ourselves to really look within, and that's why we are here. It is in this space, in this webinar, it is to reflect on this year for A, the lessons, B, the blessings, because interestingly, a lot of people fucking fly through this journey and don't stop to smell the fucking roses, don't stop to realized there's so much in it that was joyful. I actually spoke to a beautiful woman yesterday who I think is on the live. Yes, she is. And it was a very simple question. I said, and Spirit had sort of instigated it. I said, oh, how was your Christmas? And she started out and she sort of went, yeah, good. And then all of a sudden she was in this beautiful, deep space of gratitude because she was able to reflect on it. And she had this beautiful mirror and she went really deep within herself and recognized within a few minutes that it was actually the best Christmas she'd ever fucking had. And so it's that questioning, that self-inquiry that allows us to really soak up what we are also enjoying, and to really soak in and feel gratitude for this journey. Right? It's really easy to be in this kind of humanness of the journey, to be in this functioning from the mind, to be in this go, 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 fucking grind, like, each day rolls into a week, rolls into a month. And it is up to us as deeply feeling beings to create space to stop. To create space to stop and reflect and notice and observe and stop to actually, like, one of the biggest things is pause and decide if you're actually fucking liking your life. Like, do I like what I am doing for work? Do I like where I am living? Do I enjoy the activities or the sports or whatever it is? Am I really living my highest expression of myself? Am I in my truth? Right? If you want to know yourself more deeply and linked to that, you want to know others more deeply, then create time to stop and reflect. It is this reflection that allows you, reflection is the bridge that allows you to live with more intention, right? It is all of that data collection that you can do for yourself that allows you to be able to go, okay, I'm choosing for the next chapter to take on all that I've seen, to recognize what I really like and maybe what I don't like, to recognize what worked and perhaps what didn't work, so that I can create this next chapter with deeper intention. With deeper intention. I'm just going to have a look at the chat box here. Get that. Just noticed a little chat here. That's actually gone for me now. Sorry, Eileen, I did see a little chat there. If you'd like to retype that, I'm not sure, that's actually gone for me. I'll see if I can set it up so I can see it better. Yeah, my apologies, Eileen. If you'd like to retype that, I'll touch on it as soon as it pops onto my screen. It sort of popped up and then it's gone away. So when we reflect, we can live more intentionally. And living intentionally means allowing yourself to choose your life, right? Simply put, living intentionally is you are aware that you are the creator of your life and you are choosing it. You are choosing it. And whether you enjoy it or you don't enjoy it, you're taking full fucking self-responsibility for the life that you are living. That's what living intentionally is. Thank you. Oh, it was Ellen. Sorry, I just seen the EL. Yes, I had all the difficult challenges coming to mind when thinking of 2024 until I actually scrolled through this year's photos where I was reminded of all the awesome activities, healings, and triumphs we've had. Yes, fucking yes. And that is what today's about. Some people, like Ellen's been doing the work for a really long time. She's been in Moons and I for nearly 2 years. She's done every retreat, every program. So she's really, really good at this self-inquiry work, right? For some of us, though, I remember when I first started it was like, well, what do I ask? Like, how do I fucking reflect? And also, sometimes reflection can feel a bit fearful, right? If we have experienced significant trauma, not just in the year that has been, but in our lives, often what happens is we function from this space of blocking ourselves from even connecting with the past, right? because the past is this line, and the perception is the past is this line that links you to the pain or to the trauma or to the wounding. And so what can happen is we go into survival mode and function from this mind space and feel fearful to even look back, right? And so when you can get yourself in safe spaces like this, it allows you to be guided, gently guided, to have this beautiful ability to have this self-inquiry experience in a space where you're held, right? In a space where you're held. Sometimes it will take incredible courage for you to reflect. And let me tell you, it is always fruitful. It is always fruitful. When we have a part of our journey that we have pushed down, that perhaps has shame, blame, pain attached to it, it doesn't just go away. And if you're going to choose to be honest with yourself, you would know and you would recognize that whenever you push down, bleeds out. You can only block and stop and push down to a certain degree. You know, alcohol, drugs, shopping, addiction, scrolling, overworking, overthinking, whatever it may be that has been the way to push it down or to hide from it, it is only ever temporary. It is only ever a band-aid, and it will come out in other ways. It will never serve us to do that. The only time it ever, even remotely would support us is in the initial stages of trauma, at the very conception of trauma. And that is because you're in survival mode, right? So you are then using your energy to survive, quite literally, to survive. As soon as you've kind of moved through, a bit of a period of time, and you've sort of come out the top and you are surviving and you are reasonably solid, then it's time to actually reflect. Because this is how we get the lessons from the pain. This is how we clear it. This is how we live in this beautiful open energy where we don't need to or even want to escape or block out or push down. This is where we can be so solid that we no longer have outbursts or flying off the handle or losing yourself for a weekend or sleeping all day or scrolling all day, whatever it may be, right? Because you're actually allowing yourself to see what's in here. When we reflect on a time that was painful or traumatic, and we do it from the lens of the pain, that's when it can be and feel quite heavy, It is when you are in safe places where you are guided and reminded to put your lenses on, to look for the lesson, that you get to rewrite it. And that is when you get to take your power from the pain. And let me tell you, every single experience that has been painful for you has got power to it. Every single thing. You are not here to suffer. You are not here to be in pain. We are here to grow. We are here to experience, and often that comes to our human as a challenge or a painful event. If you have experienced something in your past and it still feels quite heavy, ultimately what that means from an energetic point of view, from a healing point of view, what that means is there's more power for you to retrieve. There's still a lesson in there. There's something else for you to retrieve from that, for you to be able to rewrite it. And I'll share, for those of you new to my world, I don't just speak as somebody who guides others. This is something that I live and that I believe with deep conviction. I lost my sister to suicide when I was 8 months pregnant, almost 9 years ago now. And that completely fucking shattered my entire being. And that used to be, for a long period of time, the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. Like, literally the worst fucking possible thing. Could not believe it could happen to me. How could that happen? I was angry at the world, angry at my guides, angry at myself for not saving her. All the fucking stories, all the stories. And it was considered to be the very worst thing that could ever possibly happen, to the point where I almost didn't survive myself. The grief was so intense that I almost took myself home as well, and highly considered taking myself home, because I couldn't escape the pain and didn't know what to do with it, to know how to hold myself, right? As I began my healing journey, as I began to heal, I began to rewrite what that meant for me. Now, yes, we're almost 9 years on, but I would say solidly for the last 5 years, I have been able to see my sister's passing as the moment my entire life changed. I'm able to see my sister's passing as the very thing that catapulted me into my journey of healing and supporting others. It is because of that experience that I've been able to work with thousands of people. It is because she took herself home that I know my own strengths, that I have been shown myself before I came into the world, that I have had these incredible, otherworldly, wild fucking experiences where I can hear spirit and feel spirit and activated my mediumship abilities and everything else that has come with it. But the biggest thing, the biggest gift that occurred for me when my sister passed was that I was able to know with conviction that there was absolutely nothing I could not move through in this human journey. Nothing. Because I was at like the bottom of the rock, like the below rock bottom, like a newborn, a toddler, and did not want to leave bottom, like right down there. And the gift, the greatest gift of this experience was, the gift of being sorry, was that I knew I could survive anything, and not just survive, but thrive. For those of you in my world, you would know my mum recently passed away. There was no part of me that questioned whether I would be able to thrive after that. Literally no part of me. Like I knew. I was like, I've been below the worst that you could possibly get. Like I've been standing at death's door. And I've come back from that and I've thrived and I love my life. Like I know that I will absolutely thrive through that. I didn't cancel all my programs, cancel my sessions when my mum passed away. I was like, no, I'm fucking solid. Like I will continue serving my community. I will continue doing my soul's work. Yes, I will grieve and I will nurture myself and I'll hold my heart and I will move through this in more healthy ways than I did with my sister. But there was never a question as to whether I would be able to move through it. And that is because my sister's passing meant for me that I can move through anything. So even our greatest, I'll scratch that, especially our greatest challenges and our biggest traumas, they especially gift us with the most incredible lessons and ultimately blessings. And it is upon the reflection and the ability and the courage to look at them and to heal and to put the lenses on to search for those blessings and those lessons that allows us to rewrite the story. Okay? What you see always depends on what you look for. And anybody who's done any mindset work will know that, right? It is the way that we are wired. If I say to you, tell me about the happiest moment of your life, your brain will start scanning for all the times that you've enjoyed. If I say to you, tell me about the shittest moment of your life, your brain will start scanning that for me. If I say to you, have you ever made love to your partner, you will think about all those times. If I say, have you ever had an argument with your partner, you will think of all those times. What you see depends mainly on what you look for. So getting yourself in spaces like this, where you are guided and supported and led in a powerful way, where it is safe for you to reflect, where you're putting your lenses on of, I'm searching, not for trauma, not for pain, but I'm searching for the lesson in that. And I'm searching for the blessings that have been in between that. And I'm searching for the pockets of love. That is when you can intentionally and powerfully close a chapter and move forward with clean energy, be fully reset, be fully ready for the new year, for the new chapter. And that is what we are doing today, right? It is at the end of this webinar, I'm going to share with you how you can continue on living intentionally, because this is not like a one and done thing. I know some people do jump in and they do kind of the old webinar, and it's always powerful. But for me, consistency is fucking key. It is key. So you will have a clean slate after today. You will be mentally and energetically reset and ready for the energy that we are shifting into tomorrow as a collective. We are shifting into a new year. It is the biggest transition that we have as humans, is moving into a new year, different energy altogether. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I will share with you all at the end of the webinar how you can continue on living intentionally, how you can choose as you enter a new year to do so in a very anchored way with deep intention, I'm just going to scroll back over and make sure no one's in the waiting room. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to start with an intention for the webinar. For those of you who have worked with me before, you know that this is just a little setup. It's something that I like to do to, you know, again, intention is choice. It's choosing how I would like this webinar to go and choosing what I would like for you to receive. For those of you new to the space, this is just a couple of minutes where I set the tone for your growth and your learning. So please join me as I take a nice, slow and deep breath in and exhale. And again, a nice, slow, deep breath in and exhale. If you like, you can gently close your eyes. You do not have to, but if you're comfortable with that, you can do that. You can place your hands on your heart if you would like to as well. My intention for this webinar is for every single participant to remain open to receiving insight and clarity, to be open to expanding, for everybody to receive new information about themselves and their journey, and to be open to receive old information in new ways. The intention is for every participant to experience a deep connection with themselves, to be able to surrender into trust, knowing that they are safely held in this sacred space, to receive and lead themselves on a beautiful healing. And finally, for every single person, whether they are on the live or watching the recording, to have the courage to intentionally close this door in 2024 with love and with gratitude so that they can start their new year fresh. I ask for Archangel Michael to come into this space to surround us with his beautiful light of protection, allowing each and every person to feel deeply held, supported, and guided throughout this webinar and beyond. And taking a nice, slow, and deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. I just want to speak to that for one moment. So I can feel the energy shift in some of you. I'm getting corrected, all of you. Setting an intention for anything is creating a plan for it. It is allowing your mind and your heart to say, this is what I'm choosing to create. It is you leading the way, right? It's planning for something to be a certain way. And it is the same for you in the way that you live. Your intent, your reflection is looking back. And then you've got a bridge. And your intention is, well, what am I choosing to create? What am I choosing to create? For some of you, that experience, just that little moment of hearing that intention actually created quite a shift in your energy and some emotion, and created that emotion to come up because you know that you're ready for this. You know that you're wanting to reflect on this year. For some of you, it's been the biggest year of your lives. I will remind you as we continue on in this webinar that it is safe for you to reflect, that it is safe for you to let go, and that it is safe for you to connect with you. At any time, if you feel big emotion coming up, please honor that. Emotion is just energy. It's just energy, and often we will have a thought or a memory pop into our mind, and it will trigger some emotion. That's okay. We are having a human experience, and part of being human is having emotions, right? Honor that. Honor that. If you feel crying, if you feel this desire to cry, please honor that. Place your hands on your heart and allow yourself to do that. You may feel anger, and that's okay as well. Stomp your feet, clap your hands, move your body. All of your emotion is energy. And as we reflect, you may find that coming up. So please allow that to come up and to come out. Someone needs to draw. So you may even feel like doodling throughout this webinar. Okay, and that's another way of releasing. Okay, you're actually unconsciously doing it then. So you're doodling with your pen and you're releasing sort of feelings or things that are just sort of lurking in the unconscious mind that may be getting pulled up or triggered or alerted to. Okay, so you may like to do a little bit of that as well. Ultimately, this experience is for you to lead, for you to choose, that you're not just going to like fucking fly through to a next year acting as though it's not fucking an incredible journey and forgetting, you know, your absolute fucking magic of being alive. It is you choosing to have honor for yourself and your journey, choosing to have awareness of yourself and your journey, and choosing to have intention with yourself for your journey, right? That is the purpose of reflecting. That is the purpose of being here, right? It is to be in it, to notice it as you move through it. And when I say it, it's life, right? Notice your life. Notice life. Not just having it pass you by, but actually being in it, right? Being in it. So you can move forward. You can move forward, and this energy that we are in right now, today, in this very moment together, this energy is 2024 energy, right? We are still in this 2024 energy, and 2024 was big for most people. For the collective, when we look at 2024, huge, like fucking huge. When we look at the energy of a year, I look at it from the lens of numerology. Okay, numerology is that everything's made of energy, and every number has a different vibration or a different frequency, right? And so when we look at the year number, we add the years together, so 224 together, and we create a single digit to know what year or what vibration the year is. So every year will hold a vibration for the collective. So that means there will be a theme for every single fucking being that has incarnated and is on earth at that time, at that year. There will be a theme. Now, additionally to that, we all have our own personal year numbers. Okay, so we would add our birthday to the year and we'll go, okay, well, I have this sort of overarching energy of the collective, but my own energy is giving me lessons in something else. Numerology works on a basis of being numbers from 1 through to 9. And 2024 was an 8 year, and this was the year of karma. So lots of karmic connections, lots of karma coming up. Karma is, this circle, this balance and harmony. I've actually got the tattoo here, and it translates to balance and harmony. So for a lot of us this year, there was the creating karma, creating balance. And when we are, as a collective, wanting to create balance, we'll often see old shit falling down. Okay, in order to create balance, the scales will tip. Okay, so it can be old programs, old paradigms, old conditionings, old ways of being crumbling, so that the balance can occur, so the karma can occur. We have lots of repeating patterns and lots of big lessons. Lots of lessons to be learned. Now, as we go on this journey today and you are guided to search for your lessons, I want you to remember that the theme for the collective of 2024 was finding your power. And that is for everyone. It is a lesson that a year 3 that has been thick with lessons. And the majority of these lessons have pushed people to the edge, to your own edges, and pushed you to find your power, to access it, to know it. And how do we know our power? Let's strip that back. How do we know our power? We know our power often through feeling powerless, right? Because we suddenly are in a space of going, I feel stuck. I feel like there's no way forward. I feel like I can't get out of this. I feel unhappy. I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel grief. I feel like this is the worst thing ever, right? That is the pathway to power, because you get to a space where you realize you've got to save yourself and your soul is igniting that power within. And there is a choice, like, am I choosing to activate my power? Am I staying in this space of woe? Right? And for the collective, 2024, 8-year number, karmic lessons, bringing balance, it had this theme of power. So most of us would have experienced significant challenges this year. Significant challenges. Okay? Not to suffer, but for you to know your fucking power. Because how else would you know your power rather than being put in a position where you have to activate it, right? You had, for some people, that's survival. Like, you've had to activate this power for survival. I'm just going to go back to that message. Oh, chat, here we go. I found my power by resigning a job that I love but no longer serves me. Yeah, huge, huge. And I know a lot of you in this tribe of women that have joined today, and who will be catching the recording. And I personally know the challenges you've experienced this year. Huge, big fucking challenges. Now, put on your fucking power lenses. Did that challenge lead you to your power? And if the answer truly is no, then that is your opening. That's like, well, you can actually find that today. That will be your goal today, right? We will look at that through the lens of, how can this support me in connecting with my power? Because that is the purpose, right? That is the purpose of these experiences, these human experiences, right? We, as souls, are here to grow, are here to know ourselves, are here to be the fullest expression of ourselves. And we do that through the experiences that we have. On a human level, on a very 3D level, it's painful, it's bad, it's sad, it's awful, it's hard. On a soul level, it's exactly what you fucking needed to wake up, to create the change, to know yourself, to know others, to have greater alignment, to live more authentically, to enjoy the journey more, to be in your purpose, to serve, right? Nothing happens by accident. Every single experience or challenge that you have has been specifically designed for your soul's growth, your soul's growth. No one else's, yours. Right? So when you have that very, human or ego mind saying, why me? Because that's often a thing. People go, why me? Like, what have I done wrong to deserve this? This kind of way of thinking, which is, quite common in the collective. Why me? You, because your soul's chosen this. Because this experience is going to give your soul specifically what it needs to evolve. Right? We are moving through levels and levels and levels in this human journey as souls, right? We go through these new levels, and some people will stay on one level and just repeat it. We need to think about, like, a video game. If you're playing one fucking video game, you just play the same level over and over and over. Some people do that their whole lives, right? Just play the same level over and over and never actually go, oh, I shouldn't jump over that thing because I fall down the hole. Let's keep doing the same shit, hoping for it to resolve. And some people go, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, because they've realized and accepted that this journey will always have challenges and experiences, because that's how they grow. And instead of fearing them, instead of avoiding them, instead of pushing them down, they're fucking head on, going, fucking give it to me, because I'm so ready for this experience. I'm so ready for what it's about to gift me. I'm so ready for the growth. We know that just when we are in our hardest times, in the biggest challenge, we know inevitably, without a doubt, after that comes the growth, comes the expansion, comes the evolution. How long it takes for you to get from the experience to the evolution is up to you. And it's up to what you choose, how you choose to lead yourself, the level of self-discipline, the spaces you get yourself into to support you, right? It will be years of addiction, escapism to move to that. When my sister passed away, years. When my mum passed away, literally, like, before I even went to her funeral, I was clocking the growth, clocking it. like sitting there having these moments of like, holy fuck, like this is what I've learned. Oh my God, like thank you, Mum, for sharing this with me. Like clocking all of these beautiful opportunities. There's this incredible growth that I experienced. Days. And you know, they're big things for the human. And when we look at like little things, it's an instant thing. It's instant reflection. It's okay, what can I learn from this? It's when you're in it, going, okay, cool, like there's something in this for me. And I know some of you really well who will say to me, like, reach out and go, look, I'm fucking in this fucking wild situation. I know there's a lesson in this, you know, and it's when you have got that beautiful foundation that you get to flow. You get to flow through your journey, right? Because you've got that level of acceptance of why you're here, and you move out of the human victimhood, and into your soul's fucking power, this warrior energy, right? Not to say you won't experience pain, because you will. You will. You're human. You're having a human experience. Not to say you won't experience challenge. You will. You're in this human experience. But you'll allow yourself to be able to look at it head on. You will feel it. You will know how to nurture yourself through it. You will know what you need. You'll know, okay, well, I might need some support with this, or I might need a healing for this, or I might need some time to myself or time with others. You will know what you need, right? Because you're no longer sitting in a woe space, but you're in an action space, and you're in a moving through space with this ultra awareness that the journey moves forward, okay? And you lead yourself in a way that moves forward. When we speak about the energy of the year, so today, right now, you're in an 8. We're all in an 8. And tomorrow, we will shift into the energy of a 9. 9 is the last number of numerology, okay? So as we move into 2025, the focus, which I just love so much, the focus is going to be more geared towards your spiritual growth, right? And completing, I read a thing the other week. I was like, this is fucking wildly accurate. And it felt such a deep resonance with it. And it's the completion of the spiritual growth that you've been doing over the past 10 years. And that excites me. As a healer, as a transformational expert, it excites me so much, because if you look at how the world has shifted in the last 10 years in terms of spirituality, it's mental. It's mental. It's like the amount of growth that we have gone through as a collective and individually in the last 10 years is more than we had in the 40 years prior. People are waking up rapidly. We're all waking up to new levels of awareness rapidly, right? So it's going to be 2025. We're moving into this 9 year where you might see some ending of cycles, collapsing of old ways. We'll see, some more letting go, so that you can live in greater alignment with yourself. They're pointing to the mind as well. So this will be a lot of people letting go of old programs, old structures, old ways of thinking and ways of being. People taking on this new level of awareness. People knowing their power, right? So I want to remind you all, before we move into the journaling component, I want to remind you all of a couple of little things that I just absolutely love. When we went to school, and everybody here, I trust, went to school or has studied at some point, when you go to school, you have the class, the lesson, right? You might have 1 or 2 lessons where you sit and learn about whatever, and then you have the test. In this human journey, you have the test, then you learn the lesson. Let that land. In school, it's the lesson first. They will say, this is what, this is how you do algebra, this is what we need to do in order to do that. We get the letters and we add them, and then after they think that you've got a solid understanding of it at school, then you do the test. The human journey is the opposite. It is test first, then you do the lesson. How many of you, because I used to do this, how many of you used to look back to, I was an 80s baby, so for us, we had the textbooks for maths, and the teacher would say, all right, we'll go do, 5 pages tonight. How many of you tried to figure out the formula or whatnot and couldn't figure it out. So they went back and got the answer and then figured out how it works. Just me? Because for me, I was in, Nick too. I was advanced maths, right? So it was pretty like intricate shit. And I would go to the back of the book. Yeah, Britt's saying, yep, I'll go to the back of the book. I'm like, oh, that's the answer. Okay, how do I get to that? Right? So naturally wired for it to be in reverse. And it's almost like the way that we, Sally's saying it, the way that we have been taught in school has been everything to keep us kind of in, yeah, Elizabeth, easier to do it that way, correct? It's almost been to set us up in this way of like not knowing our power just yet, okay? To give us this really authentic human experience, right? And when you can have this beautiful understanding and belief that in life we have a test first and then we get to have the lesson, when we can see it from that point of view, then it feels lighter. Then you realize it's happening for you. Then you realize that the world's not against you. And you actually realize that everything that is occurring in your life is actually a reflection of what's happening for you and beautifully orchestrated to support you in evolving, to support you in growing, right? In growing. So we're going to have some beautiful opportunities to honor this year that has been. I think that, creating ritual, creating ceremony, creating processes that allow us to see and feel the journey instead of just like fucking charging through it, really deepens the journey. It allows us to bring much more meaning to our lives. We are deep beings. So, let yourself have these beautiful, deep connections, beautiful, deep experiences. Okay. At the end of the journaling and the self-inquiry, I'm going to support you all in doing a healing. So you'll be guided to do a beautiful practice where you will be closing the energetic loops, the closing yourself, closing everything that is still open within yourself, closing it all from January through to December so that you have a beautiful, clean slate. Okay. A reminder, shadows will be seen when we search. It is safe for you to see shadows. Something that I channeled for the retreat recently, which I just fucking love, it's so powerful, is whenever you hold blame or shame, you stay the same. So for some of you, you've had experiences that involve other people this year. And when you are reflecting on this, if your mind is going to, well, they done that, or it was their fault, or because of them, if your mind goes to this, I want to remind you now that blame and shame will mean it stays the same, right? If you are going to that, I invite you to shift out and to bring in curiosity and compassion. Curiosity is, how did that serve me? Or how can that still serve me? How can that serve me? Right? Curiosity allows you to have change. Blame and shame stays the same. Curiosity and compassion is change. So as you reflect, be honest with yourself throughout the process. And we don't reflect to shame, okay? Who you are today is very different to who you were January 1st, 2024. Okay? So when we reflect, we don't let the ego lead the way and go, oh, you should have known better and you shouldn't have done this and should have done that. No. We reflect with compassion and curiosity. Okay, we look back and we go, oh, okay, well, I'm giving my February version of me extra love because she didn't know her worth then. Right? Giving yourself what you needed. Giving yourself grace as you reflect. Giving yourself grace. Okay? Yeah, my guides are saying now, and do better, right? So you can give yourself grace and be like, wow, I didn't know that, and utilize that awareness and that like what you've identified to go, well, I'm choosing to now lead with that. I'm choosing to honor myself because I can see that in 2024, there were so many opportunities where I felt like people weren't respecting my boundaries, where I wasn't being honest. So I'm actually choosing now to see this from a lens of how can I choose to grow from that And I'm choosing to make the commitment to myself to honor me. I'm choosing to put myself first as I move into 2025, right? And that's how it becomes very useful for you. The more honest you are, the greater the shift you will have. Okay. We'll also have an opportunity to work on your gratitude. Gratitude is the highest vibration, up there, if not above love. Okay. Gratitude is such a powerful energy for you to be in, for you to live from, to function from. And as Ellen shared at the start, sometimes we forget. Sometimes we function through this human journey and actually forget, right? So this now is our opportunity to search for that gratitude, to increase your awareness around what you have to be grateful for, because even the fucking darkest days, there is still light. Okay. Every single person has something to be grateful for, even when you're in the challenge, even when you're in it. Okay, so we're going to search for that. We're going to soak in that so that you can really powerfully close this door from a solid, clean energy and move into next year. Okay, so let's do this. I invite you all to get your pen and paper out. If you haven't got it all out already, get yourself comfortable. As you do this practice, you may be shocked with what comes up for you, and that's okay. Please honor whatever you hear, feel, see, or write. It doesn't have to make perfect sense to you. When we do self-inquiry, particularly guided self-inquiry, often you'll have some really unconscious things be brought into the conscious mind. Okay, you might go, oh, I forgot about that, or that was so insignificant at the time, but it's been brought into your awareness today for a reason. Okay, we're going to do this with the intention, with the lens that we are searching. We are searching for the lessons, for the growth that we've experienced in this journey. Okay, so get yourself comfortable now. We're going to start by just connecting in with self. And please place your hands on your heart, taking a nice, slow and deep breath in and exhale. And again, a nice, slow, deep breath in and exhale. And if you haven't already, gently closing your eyes, focusing on your breathing. Nice, slow, deep breaths. That's right. Bringing all of your awareness, all of your energy back here into this very present moment. Allowing any thoughts that may enter your mind to simply pass you by, like clouds in the sky. No need to attach to them at all, just allowing them to come and go as you bring your awareness back to the sound of my voice. That's right. There's nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to be doing. This is your time for you to be right here, right now. And just relaxing your shoulders, dropping your shoulders down. That's right. Relaxing your jaw. And allowing a beautiful wave of relaxation to come through you from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. That's right. Relax. Relax. Just seeing this continuous wave that flows through you as it releases any and all tension. Bringing all of your awareness into your body. That's right. Taking a big, beautiful breath in and visualizing that breath coming into the center of your chest, into your heart. That's right. And out. Just taking nice, slow, deep breaths here. And as you continue to breathe here, allowing yourself to be in this very present moment, I'd like to now call back upon Archangel Michael. I ask for him to allow his presence to be known to each and every one of you, whether you are watching the recording or on the live. That's right. Allowing his presence to be felt, allowing Archangel Michael to surround you in his beautiful light of protection, for you to feel so safe, so held, for you to have the courage to look within, to go within, to retrieve all of the lessons and all of the blessings that you've experienced, and to have the courage to let go, to fully, completely, and powerfully let go. Taking another nice, slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, opening your eyes. Beautiful. I'm going to go straight into our journaling. So just with your, getting your journal now, just writing 2024 on the top of your page. Now, when I share a prompt with you, you don't need to write the prompt down. You're just listening. You're going to write down whatever comes to your mind without judgment, without needing to overthink it, just writing down the very first thing that comes to your mind, whatever you feel drawn to write down. Okay. When I think of 2024 as a whole, I feel. Any words, any feelings that come to mind. Being honest with yourself here, allowing this to come up and out. Having compassion, grace, just witnessing. Just witnessing what comes up. When I think of 2024 as a whole year, I feel. Now, knowing that you are being deeply held and that it is safe for you to go within, I invite you now to scan over the year that has been. Starting at January, we're going to do a list down the left-hand side of the page. And for some of you, you may like to just have the list. You may not like to put it month by month, and that's okay. It does not need to be in order. But the intention is for you to scan over the year that has been. And down the left-hand side of your page, we're going to identify and list the biggest opportunities, the biggest challenges that have occurred for you this year. Allow yourself to do this from your humanness. Okay, there's no judgment here. Allow yourself to do it in a way that it first comes to your mind without judgment. It's okay if that's coming from a bit of a woe space for this part of the process. You want this to be really authentic, okay? Because we're going to actually then search for the lesson. So we're right now just identifying the biggest challenges down the left-hand side of your page. Knowing it's safe for you to scan over. For some of you, you may like to write January and see what comes to mind. For others, you might see a 12-month calendar in your mind's eye. what were the challenges you experienced? Because let's move into the new year, not leaving anything undone. Let's make sure that those challenges have got their power and their lesson attached to it. Okay. What were the challenges? Trusting what comes to mind, allowing it to flow, stepping into the courage that is within you, allowing yourself to bring this up and out onto that paper. This could be personal challenges, professional, relationship with yourself, physical challenges, emotional, mental, spiritual challenges. Just scanning over the year, you do not need to reactivate this. You are above it. You are witnessing it. Observing with curiosity and compassion. Remind you that this is your safe space, that right now you have this beautiful sacred space. You are being held. It is safe for you to see these challenges. You are going to be able to close them. You're going to see them, and we're going to find the strength from them. We're going to find the growth from them so that they can be let go of. If this is bringing up some emotion for you, please honor that. Move your body. You may like to put your hands on your heart, but I remind you that you can observe them from afar. You don't have to be in it. You're just noticing, just observing with curiosity. And if this list is getting big, and if part of you is like, wow, this has been fucked, I invite you to then immediately begin to go, wow, this is like my soul has certainly chosen to experience growth this year because, wow, look at everything that I have survived. Look what I have moved through. Wow. Just going to give a couple more minutes here. What's happened for you physically? What's happened mentally? What's happened within and outside of you? I'm going to remind you that you are no longer in that challenge, that particular challenge, that you are no longer in it. It's safe for you to see it. Let it out. We're not taking any of this shit forward into 2025. So let it out. And if this is an edge for you, I invite you to lean in. Lean in. It is safe for you to see the challenge. It is safe for you to create this beautiful opportunity for you to close this. Now, knowing that every single thing is happening for us, knowing that in every single challenge there is an opportunity for growth, a lesson for you to receive, I invite you, if you haven't already, Beside each challenge, you're going to identify that lesson. Write down what you've learned from that. And if you haven't yet connected, awesome. Like if you have not, if you're like, well, I don't know, amazing, because this is where your power reflection comes in. So why would my soul choose that? Like what would be the goal from this experience? If I were to know how my soul could grow from this experience in my highest expression of me, what would it be? Right? We're no longer in the challenge. Okay, so you're moving out of survival and retrieving this lesson. How had it served you? How can it serve you? Because for some of you, it'll be right now in this moment that you actually retrieve your lessons and your blessings from that challenge. And that's fucking powerful. How did you act, react, lead, flow, function? No matter how painful, hard, tough the experience was, you get to take the power from that pain. And if this feels a little hard, place your hands on your heart, take a nice deep breath, and drop into your body. The mind will always have the stories. Your body knows your wisdom. Drop into your beautiful heart and breathe. Remember that everything you need is within you. That the person to find the wisdom from the wound is you. The person that can look at your experiences and see the opportunity for power is you. And looking at it and asking, if I were to know opportunities that are available for me to grow based on this challenge, I feel it would be. Your soul will never lead you astray. It is always, always leading you to a place of supporting you in your evolution. Always. Did it or can it make you stronger? Did it or can it shake you from the mundane routine that maybe was not serving you or is not serving you? Did it or can it allow you to shift, pivot, create change? Working your way through that list now. This is where we place the lenses, choosing to see what I've learned this year is. The gifts in the challenge are putting your lenses on, the lenses where you are searching for how you have grown or can grow. In this moment, having the epiphany, having the realization of like, holy shit, I am so strong because of that. Like, that was so hard for me at the time, but look at me. I didn't just survive, I'm thriving. Lift it. And if the human mind tries to run away with stories, come back to right now, in this moment, where you are choosing to reflect on this year, to identify your lessons, to see the opportunities for growth, to be aware that everything has happened for you. 10-10. Yep, neat. Beautiful. Right? You are exactly where you are meant to be. There is no regret. There is no should have, could have, would have. You have done this year and all previous years, always done the best you could with what you've known at the level of awareness you've had at the time. And if you are recognizing in this challenge that there is an opportunity for more power to be retrieved from it, more growth to be retrieved from it, take it. Take it, look at it and go, wow, yeah, my soul clearly, that's to support me in being more courageous, speaking my truth, creating change, being in my purpose, deepening my connections. A lot of challenges that are internal are designed to support you in being the most authentic version of you. As you move through this list, and I want you to allow yourself to move through it at speed, you have this awareness now. You are reflecting. You are no longer in that. You do not need to relive it. You do not need to reactivate the emotions in it. You get to actually see it and move forward. See it, retrieve the lesson so you can move forward. So as you move through this list, I want you to go back to the top, okay? Back to the top, and you're going to actually circle the lesson. Highlight the lesson. Write over the lesson. Ellen, man, 2024 went hard on the lessons. Yeah, fuck yeah. Yours is huge, Ellen. Huge. Mammoth. Mammoth. And what lens are you looking at it from? Are you like, holy fuck, I am incredible. I've thrived through that. Like, I've come out, I'm driving, right? Like, look at you go. You've got all these challenges down the side. Look at you go. So I want you to go down your list now and circle the lessons, circle the blessings, circle the growth. Nick too. Yeah, huge, huge. This was a big fucking year for everyone. Huge for the collective. Energetically, huge year. Huge. So go down now and put your focus on your lesson, on your growth, on your power. Because what you're doing there is you're anchoring into that. And so you are creating a rewrite of your story. So that your mind, whenever it thinks of that situation that you've written down as a challenge, your mind's going to go fucking power. Your mind's going to go strength, courage, authenticity, change, shift, whatever it is that your soul had chosen for you. For you. Cass, yes, 2024 is huge and still serving me huge, big lessons. Pretty proud of myself. Not going to lie, it's been really hard, but still pretty proud of myself. Yes. The harder it is, the more proud you should be. Like, the more proud, the more ultra aware of how fucking courageous you are. This is the thing. Like, are you pausing to recognize your strength, to see that you have at times fumbled through something and activated the strength by default? And then it's like, you see that, see how strong you are, see what you've done, see how courageous you are, see how courageous you are. How brave you are, how honest you are. So working through that list now, going all the way to the bottom and making sure you're circling the growth, circling the lesson, circling what you feel your soul has designed this challenge for. Because there's always a purpose. Every single challenge will lead you to unlock a part of yourself, to evolve. I'm just going to give another minute for this, and then we're going to move on to our letting go. Okay, so just scan over for the next 60 seconds, underlining, highlighting, circling the growth, the lesson, the opportunity that it has gifted you. And if there is anything on your list that you haven't connected with something, then ask yourself, what can this gift me? What can this gift me? Yes, my lens is pride in myself on so many levels and trust in myself. Yes, yes. And how do we get that? You know, how do we get trust in ourselves? It's mainly situations where we're feeling the lack of that, right? We are manifesting situations that are creating us to know our trust in ourselves. So a beautiful kind of a trick, I would call it, looking at that challenge, see what the opposite of that is. What's the opposite of it? What were you feeling during the challenge? What were you feeling during the challenge? And what is the opposite feeling? Because polarity, because that's what our soul is often leading us to do, right? We're going to move into our letting go. Okay. I feel someone's still working at this. This is something that you can continue. And if you're on the recording, you can pause and continue this practice if you wish. I don't want for people to get stuck in it, right? To go diving and digging into challenges from you know, a lens of like problematic. I would love you to do it clearly, concisely, precisely. What was the challenge? But immediately, what did I learn from that? What can I learn from that? And doing it in a really precise and fast way, right? You've already been into the heaviness of it. This is now, what did I or what can I learn? And so you're rewriting that. You're rewriting that story. You're rewriting what occurred for you in June 2024. In January 2024, you're like, okay, that is actually where I got my strength. That is where I knew my truth. That is where I seen my courage and used my courage, right? So going to do an intentional and a conscious letting go. We're going to first identify what has been accumulated throughout this year, consciously and unconsciously. So I'd like you to turn the page, and we're going to do this practice quite quickly, okay? Because your soul always knows. It's the human mind that kind of gets in the way sometimes because it goes, you know, off on little tangents. So we're going to allow the soul to lead with this practice. We're going to just reflect back on the year that has been. And we're going to do this in a way as though we're looking at a calendar, okay, a yearly calendar. We're going to do this quite precisely. So looking at January, for example, it's what's the energy of that month and what was accumulating, right? So January, what energy was in that month and what was accumulating? Don't doubt yourself. Your soul will always know. Your human will go, I can't remember January, but your soul knows. What was the energy of that month? No overthinking, no judging, no correcting, just the very first thing that comes to mind. Good. Now, February, what was the energy of that month? What was accumulating within you, around you in February? And maybe a word, maybe a feeling, maybe a color, maybe anything at all, just allowing your soul to recognize what energy was accumulating within you for that month. And now March. Trusting the very first thing that comes to your mind. Tapping on your chest to bring your awareness back into your soul's knowing. March felt. Tuning into the energy that was accumulated. Anything that felt perhaps stagnant or heavy in your physical or energetic body. People, situations, circumstances, any loose ends. It may be a word, maybe a feeling. April, moving through each month now. What felt like it was being accumulated there? What does the energy feel like? What was the vibration? You may even have just a number. Choosing to be so honest with yourself, trusting the very first thing that comes to your mind. And June, your soul knows every single experience you've ever had. It is allowing yourself to quieten the mind. July, what was the vibration of July as you reflect back on that, tuning into the energy? What did it feel like? Was there any heaviness? Is there any loose ends still remaining within or around you from July? Within your energy, is there anybody else's energy in you? Any worries, any cords? And August, you don't need longer. For those of you in the humanness thinking you need longer, you don't. Your soul knows. You might do a number, a color, a word. What was the energy of August? What is still remaining within you? Open, loose ends. What is remaining within you from August or around you? September. How did it feel? What was the energy? Is there anything remaining within or around you still open from that month, September? It may be a word, a feeling, a vibration, any fear, any pain, any stagnancy. October, again, tuning into the energy of that month as a whole. No judgment. Whatever comes up for you is perfect. And making room here. We are reflecting and making room. We are noticing what is still remaining from that time. November, scanning that month as a whole. How did it feel? What was the biggest energy of that month? What still is remaining open? What cords still exist? What loose ends are still sitting there? And finally, December, this month that we are currently completing right now. What was the energy of this month? Trusting the very first word that comes to your mind, writing it down. What was the energy of this month? How did it feel? What was the focus? Were there any loose ends? Allow yourself to meet yourself at this edge. Okay? You are seeing this so that you can grow, so you can close these loose ends, so you can let go of this. Now we are making room for more alignment. Everything that you have written down, everything that you have seen activated and identified out of this part of the process, you are now choosing to enter into this portal, this vortex for a letting go, for a letting go. You can clear what you can see. So I want you to place your hand over the page as you allow yourself to set this intention and this declaration for all that you have just discovered and identified, and anything that is also still in the unconscious awareness, pulling that forward now, that energy to also be joined onto that page. and declaring in your mind or out loud, I choose to close this year. I choose to close the loops of every piece of energy I've identified here. I choose to sever, detach, and remove the cords remaining open and attached. I choose to release and let go of all that is on this page, to completely, fully, and intentionally let go of this energy, of any associated energy, conscious or unconscious, from this year that no longer serves my best and highest good. I declare closure of this right now. And so it is. Taking a nice, slow, deep breath in now, I'd like for you to remove the pages from your paper. You might like to scrunch it, rip it, tear it. If you've got a candle, you might like to burn it. Of course, fire safety first. But we know this, but you're just choosing now to let go of this, to completely let go of this. And then shaking your hands off. You may like to clap, to tap your heart. To allow yourself to completely and fully remove this from yourself, from your energy. Beautiful. Letting it all go now, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Beautiful. Anything, any in this moment, allowing yourself to move. So I want you to be moving your hands right now and moving your body right now as I declare the following for you. I now release and let go of any thought forms, programs, conditionings, beliefs, patterns, habits, fear, blame, shame, frustration, anger, confusion, overthinking, judgment, control, any physical health fears, any worry, any overdoing, any guilt, anything at all that no longer serves my highest and best good, anything that has kept me stuck, anything that has prevented me from living in the highest expression of myself. I choose to release it completely from my body across all timelines of existence, across all dimensions now, and so it is. Beautiful. And you may like to take a breath in, raising your hands, allowing yourself to feel that clearness, allowing yourself to feel that freshness, allowing yourself to feel that expansiveness. In fact, I invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to now notice where your aura is around your body. That's right, closing your eyes and noticing where your aura is. The aura is the energy around your body, noticing how it feels, what color it is, noticing whether it's close to your body or further apart. And I invite you to push it right out. That's right, pushing your aura right out from your body, creating lots of space, lots of expansion. That's right, pushing it right out from your body and your space, allowing yourself to shine it up, shining up your aura, cleaning up your aura, releasing and removing anything that may be remaining in your aura on an energetic level. That's right. Just seeing it be nice and clear, seeing it be beautiful, vibrant color. That's right. Imagining that it's pushed right out from your body, allowing so much space, allowing you to take up space, allowing you to expand, allowing you to feel open, feeling free, feeling light, allowing you to feel so deeply connected to yourself and your beautiful energy. That's right. And taking a nice, slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, opening your eyes. I'm going to now just focus a little bit on gratitude before we close up. So with a new piece of paper, I'd love for you to just write 2024 at the top. So we've let go of the heaviness of 2024. Now we're going to look at it through the lens of absolute gratitude. Gratitude for all you have been, for all you have seen, for all you have done, for all you have been, for who you are. So 2024 at the top. I am grateful for. I am grateful for. You may have experiences, people, connections with yourself come to mind. Qualities that you have maybe just now realized that you have experienced and activated within you this year. I am grateful for. You may have a newfound gratitude or challenges. You may be able to authentically and honestly say that you are grateful for the challenges because you now know that they have been the bridge to your power. I am grateful. I am grateful. I want you to allow yourself to feel what comes in here. So having one hand on your heart as you are identifying all that you are grateful for, having one hand on your heart so that you can feel that gratitude. Feel it as you write it. I am grateful for. I am grateful. I want you to now allow yourself to scan the year as you're thinking about what you're grateful for, and you're going to look for little pockets of love. Little pockets of love, little love hearts, little love notes, little pockets of love that have occurred throughout this year for you. And as you do this, you may simply be drawing a little heart as your heart and soul is recognizing this. You may have memories come to your mind where you have felt so deeply loved or giving deep love. Little pockets of love. It may be a deep connection with yourself, with others, with spirit, with the divine. Allowing yourself to remember, to recall, to reflect on the pockets of love. I want you to smile as you do this. Smile and remember all the times that you've smiled this year. Feel in your heart this love and remember all the times that you've felt love this year. The times that you have experienced pockets of joy amidst the chaos, amidst the challenge. I want you to imagine that everything on that page you are placing in your heart to bring forward with you into the new year. All of those pockets of love, everything that you have recognized and reflected on being grateful for, you are placing this inside your heart to bring forth with you. That's right. We're going to do a very quick process now. Going to give you a timeline adjustment. For some of you, you already are timeline therapy practitioners, so you know what this is. For those of you who have done my retreats, you will know what this is. It's a very powerful time for us to do a timeline adjustment. So going to bring all of your energy back here into this very present moment, reset your energy, your energetic self to be prepared for this year ahead. So please join me in taking a deep breath in and out. Gently closing your eyes, focusing on your breathing. Nice, slow, and deep breaths in and out. Another nice, slow, deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Keeping your eyes closed now, focusing on your breathing. If I were to ask you, your unconscious mind, if you were to know where you store your past, as you think about your past, you might suggest that it's out to the left, to the right, above you, beside you, anywhere at all. I want you to use your hand to just show where you feel your past currently exists. There's no right or wrong. Whatever you are feeling is perfect. No right or wrong. Beautiful. And if I were to ask you where you were to store your future, as you think about your future, again, you might suggest that it's out to the left, to the right, inside of you, behind you, anywhere at all. Where do you feel you store your future? And just pointing to the direction in which you feel it is stored. There is no right or wrong. Whatever you feel is perfect. Just simply pointing. Beautiful. Now, using your imagination, I'd like you to reach out to grab hold of your past. You are going to grab it and place it directly behind your head, a full arm's length away. You may like to use your arm to do this. You're grabbing hold of your past. You're going to place it directly behind your head, a full arm's length away, commanding it to move. You are in complete control. This is your mind. That's right. Moving it so that it is directly behind your head. You're now going to grab your future, and you're going to place it directly in front of your face, half an arm's length away. That's right, again, commanding it to move. This is your mind. You are in complete control. Putting your future directly in front of your face, half an arm's length away. Beautiful. Your past is now directly behind your head, a full arm's length away. Your future is directly in front of your face, half an arm's length away, so that you are anchored deeply in this very present moment. Locking it in, locking it in, locking it in. And taking a nice, slow, deep breath in. Out. Opening your eyes. And closing your eyes for a moment again. Closing your eyes as you allow yourself to receive this declaration. I am ready for 2025, for all that I choose to create, for greater flow, greater awareness, for stronger self-discipline and devotion to my wellness and self-discovery. I move into this new energy with the intention that I will always know my power. I will always remember my strength and seek the lesson in all that I experience. I remember that I am the creator of my life, that I am here to heal, to evolve, and to grow. And I get to intentionally create all aspects of my life. I get to heal, shift, evolve, change, and step into the greatest expression of myself, the most authentic expression of myself. And so it is. And taking a nice, slow, and deep breath in. And as you exhale, opening your eyes. For some of you that haven't had a timeline adjustment, you may feel a really big shift in the way that you're seeing yourself, the way that you see the room around you. It's very, very powerful. It's bringing all of your energy, pulling all of your energy here. You have reset. You are now ready to embark on a new year. You've got the remainder of today. And if throughout today you have things pop into your mind, I invite you to have that curiosity and compassion. I invite you to put on those lenses of How can I retrieve more from this? How can I learn more from this? That is why we are here. For some of you, as we move into 2025, you'll be embarking on more personal development, more growth. And I want to share with you how you can do that if you want to. I've never done this before. I've never actually shared something that I'm doing on a webinar. It just hasn't happened, but I'm very, very drawn to share it because of the timing you're at right now. We're in this beautiful space where we're stepping into a new year. You've had this beautiful clean slate created today for yourself. You are ready now to start stepping into this new energy tomorrow. Some of you do know about this. I have two really powerful offerings that I invite for you to come into for 2025. The first one that I will speak about is my Rise and Shine program. It is my foundational program. It is a program that has been designed to support you in being human, essentially. It is all of my soul's lessons, everything that I've acquired, all my learnings, all of my growth, the hundreds of thousands of dollars in learning that I've undertaken, creating a program for this. It is a 6-week healing and personal development program. It is to support you with your spiritual growth, with your spiritual healing. It is to support you in understanding your entire journey here on this human plane and supporting you in acquiring the tools to lead forward with your journey. 6-week program, all online, Rise and Shine. That is for you if you are wanting to have a strong foundation, a solid foundation, right, in this personal development journey and in this human journey. It is for you if you want to learn about energy and the law of attraction and mindset and all things that are going to support you to live to your fullest potential. Penny has written Life Changing. Yeah, thank you, Penny. The other program that is brand new, it has not been released to the public yet. It has only been released to those who came to my retreat and my Moons Night tribe, and that is my Level Up program. Level Up is a 3-month mastermind. It is the longest program that I have ever created. And the reason it's 3 months is so that you can start the whole first quarter of 2025 solid, so that you can create a space for yourself, to show up for yourself, to have that strong self-discipline, to lead yourself. The energy of Level Up is very different to Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine, you are very held. You are very nurtured, and you're in this space where I'm really like giving you this pathway to follow. I'm actually holding you, supporting you, giving you all the tools you need. Level Up is if you've already got the tools. You've already got the fucking tools. You're already on your healing and personal development journey. You already know a lot about mindset. You already know how to lead yourself, but you want to be in a space of women who are all leading themselves. And you want to be in a structured environment to support your growth. It is a space that is about awareness. It is a space that is about you showing up for you. It is weekly calls. The only program I've ever ran where the calls will actually be on a weekend. So it'll be a Saturday morning call for 3 months, solid for you to show up for you. It is going to be split into 3 sections. There's a body, mind, and soul section, so that throughout the first quarter of 2025, you are powerfully showing up for yourself and living very, very intentionally. Very intentionally. So the 2 offerings are there. There's Rise and Shine and there's Level Up. If you've already done Rise and Shine or significant amount of personal development work, Level Up is the one for you. I'm going to send you out a message. If you've done signed up by email, I will send a message with both of those options. Both have payment plans. The Rise and Shine, the 6-week program, is 1111. The Level Up is 2025, of course, because 2025, right? Both have payment options for you. If you're in Moons and I, of course, you get your 10% off whatever you join. Anita, Rise and Shine is life-changing. I'm looking forward to the next level and Level Up. Yeah, bring it on. I'm fucking so keen to have you in there, Nate. So excited. Rise and Shine truly is life-changing. And if you haven't got a really solid foundation yet of this human journey and you're not like fully fucking in it, then please join Rise and Shine. Honestly, it's everything. It's 6 weeks where you are guided really, really powerfully to understand yourself and your journey. Eileen, will I do Heart-Led Living in 2025? Yes, I will, but it's going to be a self-paced program. So I absolutely love Heart-Led Living. I ran it twice last year. I'll run it again to do the recording so that it's self-paced. And I'll probably give it, it'll be gifted, I would imagine, because I'll be doing it for the purpose of making it evergreen. So yes, that will be coming probably March. Heart-Led Living. So thank you for asking. Please do reach out to me. Anybody who is signing on for either Rise and Shine or Level Up before the end of tomorrow, because we're starting a new day, and I truly believe in harnessing the power of the potent energy we are in right now. So whoever is signing on before the end of tomorrow, which is the first day of 2025, is going to go in the draw to have their to have a one-on-one session with me. Neat, I know Neat, Cass, some of you are already in the program. You will be automatically entered because you've joined before the 1st of January, okay? It's really easy to fall back into habits, to fall back into, oh yeah, I'll do it later, or I'll find something later. I invite you all to get into this space as you embark on this year, to put something in your future that's going to allow you to show up for you in a really powerful fucking way. I'm so excited to have you in too, Cass. I can't fucking wait. The spaces are really different. If you're not sure which one's for you, please reach out to me. With everything I do, there's always payment plans. If something is calling you and you're like, yeah, it's too much of a stretch for what you're for that payment plan, reach out. Okay, reach out. I'm here to serve. It is not, uncommon for me to offer an extension if that is in alignment with your path. Thank you all. Thank you for showing up for yourselves. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Jess, Sally. Sally, could you do Rise and Shine in your own time, as I often work silly hours? Jess has written, Sally, yes, I did it a few years ago and there were always replays if I missed a night. Yes, you can. And everything that I do is always with the intention that if you are watching the live or the recording, you will receive the same level of potency. If you are thinking about coming onto one of the programs and you are not able to, you're not sure if you're able to show up for the lives, be sure that you are ready to have some self-discipline. Okay. And this often works if you are investing yourself financially, you're like, I'm fucking showing up for that. Right. So if you're going to like throw $1,000 at a program, you're like, well, I'm going to be watching that recording. Sally, for the Rise and Shine, it's a bit more flexible in the time. So I often run it on, say, a Tuesday, then the following week will be the Sunday, to give participants the opportunity to always experience a live. The Rise and Shine, you are very much kind of held and pushed and empowered to have accountability, because it's for those of you who don't yet have it, right? It's for those of you who want to have this growth and want to have this change but not sure how to do it yet, right? So Rise and Shine, I will be reminding you to show the fuck up. We have a private group where I'll be saying, have you done your homework? Have you done this week's homework and growth work, right? So you will be poked and prodded and reminded and supported to show up in Rise and Shine. Level Up, not so much. I'm not carrying anybody in Level Up. It's going to be very similar to my retreat, which is like, you fucking lead, you show up. I will create that safe space. I will give you the structure. I will give you that program, but I will not be carrying anybody in Level Up, because it is about you leading yourself, you connecting with the highest fucking power that you have to lead yourself to create and live the life that is the deepest connection to you. Thank you. So grateful. I found and signed up to Moons and I in January this year, completely catapulted my personal growth. Thank you, Eileen. So I will give Moons and I a little shout out, because Moons and I is my baby. Moons and I is a love job. It's a very, very small investment. It's $9 a week. And it's something that I sort of do to serve. I've actually got a couple of people in there for free at the moment because they're moving through some challenges. It is absolutely this heart-centered space where we connect every new moon and every full moon to live more intentionally. So it's kind of like a little mini version of what you'd experience today. It's self-inquiry work, but it's also a tribe of women consistently showing up. So that is another option if you're not in there. You're very welcome to join the tribe. Eileen, thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for showing up for yourselves. Here's to a fucking powerful 2025. I cannot wait to serve you. I cannot wait to show up for you all and to support you in your journey as you continue on. Please do reach out to me to sign up before tomorrow night to get yourself in that draw, but also just to get yourself fucking in the room, like just to get in there. Like, yeah, thank you. Nick, count me in. Yes, Nick, I'd love to have you Level Up. Everyone that was at the retreat needs to be a fucking Level Up. It's the same energy. I'm like, get in there. But if you're coming into Level Up, please lead. Please lead. Please know that you'll be required to lead. That's the energy. And it's I'm excited because it's Saturday mornings and I've never been able to do that, but we're traveling now. So I'm like, we're going to fucking have Level Up on Saturday mornings so that those of you who work full time can catch the lives every week. I love you all. Thank you so much. Feel free to share.
I love you. Thank you. See ya.
Have a beautiful last day of the year. Happy New Year. I will speak to you all very soon. Bye, Karen. Bye.